What is going on, guys? It is Austin FFA World Luna here. Now, I don't think I've done many tripping stories, and I was talking to Cody earlier, and I was like, "Yo, you think they're gonna like it if I did like a trip story?" He's like, "Yes, do it." So I was like, "Fuck it." So, this is about my first time taking psilocybin mushrooms, and I'm gonna start this off by saying, if you really know the effects, like I really don't condone doing this because you really do need to be experienced, and you have to have the right mind, and you have to have you can't have too much anxiety like I do. But I was kind of stupid, and I thought that it was just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna take this, and for an hour I'll feel high and I'll be good. But like, I don't know. Like going into this, I kind of thought that I was gonna be like brought into a different dimension. Like, well, no, that's true. But going into this, I kind of thought that I was gonna be taken into like another like cartoon world, and it's nothing like that. But I'm just gonna jump right into it because I'm sure you guys are eager to hear what happened. So this takes place. This was a year ago, and this is when I was in that phase where I would only like, I'd come home, smoke weed, do whatever, just do anything to have fun and to enhance my mind a little bit. So a bunch of friends called me and they wanted me to hang out. So I went to their house, and we were just chilling at his house, and one of his friends was talking about how his dealer had mushrooms, and I was like, let's do it. He's like, I don't know, man. Like, we have school tomorrow, and like it could end up going really bad. I'm like, all right, well, who doesn't want to do it? And then like one kid raised his hand. We're like, all right, you'll spot, and then we'll do it. And so he's like, all right, whatever. I have to leave at 8 though. So this is like 2:30. So the trip, depending on how much you take, can last up to 6 hours, and that's what mine pretty much felt like. So we got the shrooms. My friend called up his dealer, and he went out there and he picked them up, and I think he got about 4 grams, and that's pretty much the recommended amount if you're tripping with 4 people. And I ate a gram, he ate a gram, and then the other two kids did. And so the people in the room, there was 4 of us who took them, and then there was one kid who spotted. Now, we were sitting in a circle and eating these mushrooms. Oh, I don't even want to. I should have made like soup or something, or like put them in like a sandwich, like Cody did. But we were so eager to do them that we just were like, fuck it. So we ate the shrooms, and we smoked some weed afterwards, which I don't really recommend. I mean, you could, but I don't know. I think it brings out the effects a little bit more. So we smoked some weed, and we were feeling really high. Now, since we were so stoned, we really didn't know what to feel. We didn't know if we were feeling it yet or not. And like 20 minutes passed by, weren't feeling anything. I think we were just too eager to expect it. And one of the kids was like, "Hold on, I'm getting a call from my mom," and he stepped out. Now, I can't even remember how much time passed by then, but we were pretty far into this. So I looked around the room, and I remember everything being very colorful. All the colors seemed very popping out. Like, we were in a really dull room too. Like the walls were brown, like everything was wooden. It was really old. And I remember the TV was on. I looked at the TV, and like it seemed like it had a heartbeat. It was weird. I can't explain it because shrooms are the craziest psychedelic. Like, not the craziest, but like you can't explain shit like that. But I remember looking at the TV, and everything was very bright and vivid. And I looked up at the ceiling, and it looked like it was just coming down to the floor and going back up, and it looked like it was breathing. If any of you ever read about shrooms, they talk about the breathing wall effect and shit like that. And see, the way the walls were, they were like wooden walls, and when you looked at them, they had like wooden design to them, and the design of the wood looked like it was like warping in and out, in and out. And at this point, I'm like, holy shit, it hit me. And I looked at my friend, I'm like, dude, it hit me. And he looks at me and goes, and he starts laughing, and I'm like, what? And then I looked at him, and I started laughing, and like that was probably just the weed, because we did that all the time. But we just started laughing and like completely just dying of laughter at each other. And then I looked at his hands, and his hands were like, his fingers were getting longer and shorter. And I was like, at that point I got kind of freaked out. I was like, whoa. And I shut my eyes, like trying to like shake my head and open them again and see if they was gone. And I shut my eyes, and it felt like, guys, when you shut your eyes you can see like particles and colors. It felt like those were like moving too, and I got freaked out even more. Now I was like, dude, this is kind of freaking me out. He's like, dude, just relax, you're fine. That's what the spotter said. And I'm like, all right. So you guys know what a spotter is. It's a kid that doesn't trip and just kind of calms you down if you're freaking out. So we're sitting in a circle just trying to have conversation. You can fully communicate on shrooms. I'm not saying you can, but I just have a lot of anxiety, and it was making it worse. So I'm looking around, and at the top of the ceiling, it was still doing that, coming down, going back up. And I took my hand up, and I tried to touch it, and I like tried to touch the wall. I was like, I almost got it. And then the kid's like, what are you doing, Austin? And like when he said Austin, it sounded like Austin. Like, it was so weird. Like, you can get audio hallucinations too. And everyone's voice just seemed a little bit slower. Time just seemed slowed. It was really an experience like no other. And that's really the only effects I could really explain. Like, I remember when we walked out of the house, the sidewalk seemed like the creases in the sidewalk seemed like they were getting like shorter, and like it was just crazy. I remember looking down at my laces and I thought that my shoes were untied at one point, and they weren't even untied. But it was just like I was getting so many crazy effects from it. And you know, the next thing I knew, time went by really slow because like I said, I had that audio, like it almost felt slow motion to me. It was so weird. But you know, time went by very slow, and eventually the trip died down, the high died down. You know, the high made it a little bit more intense, and then everything eventually ended up dying down. The walls still kind of seemed like they were like had a heartbeat, but like at the end, everything ended up being okay. I kind of freaked out at first, but you know, they really are a harmless substance. I mean, I don't recommend doing them, especially if you're inexperienced, but they really can be a harmless substance if you oh my god, I can't talk, but it really can be a harmless substance when you handle it the right way. So that was basically my first time tripping. I mean, it was kind of like, I can't get too into detail with it because it really is. It's the craziest thing anyone could ever go through. And I'm not saying what I was just about to say because that's next video, but there's other trip stories to come. I'm not going to say on what, not going to say where, you know, but just expect them, okay? Now, guys, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. It really helps support and grow my channel. And anyway, guys, this has been Austin for Pharaoh Luna. You guys take care. Peace.